Hey guys, this is Black117 here, and today we'll be going over our PFA Week 10 battle. So after our, well, spoilers, 1, 2, 3, go, our defeat versus pair of the Queen's Royal Catastrophes, we head off towards our last three division game, not inter-division, I think it's out of division games. And our first, and I think we have probably one of the probably the rougher ends of the schedule, I guess you could say, but you know what? It's fine since we already we're basically in playoffs, so yeah. So our first opponent in this, I guess you could say road trip or whole road game or whatever you want to call it, are the Orlando Magikarp, coached by Ralker. So this game is actually kind of like a rematch of semifinals of last season. However, it's much more I guess you could say more lenient in a sense that unlike that game, this one's more we're both kind of in playoffs as long as we don't screw up our points and whatnot. So, and you know what, I decided I was just gonna bring a more a more defensive team in a sense. So as kind of whatever. So I think the only Pokemon I actually will focus on the most was I think Charizard and Mew, since they're actually my main sweepers in this game. So, but going over Raker's team, he has Tangrowth, Rotom-W, not Rotom-W, but Rotom-H, the Fire Toaster Oven, I don't know what you call it, Keldeo, Hoopa-U, very scary Wall Breaker, Gligar, the thing that doesn't die, and Tauros. His team also consists of Mega Diancie, Zeraora, Vivillon, Spiritomb, and Lumineon. So Spiritomb and Lumineon I kind of ruled out just because I haven't seen him bring them at all. And regarding Vivillon, I actually kind of prepped with it, and that was the main reason why I brought Zapdos. So yeah. For Zeraora, I felt like Char-X was able to handle it very nicely, as well as Hippo, so, and Tangrowth. And Diancie was also a main threat to my team, so I actually had multiple ways to deal with Diancie, which is just basically just walling it out. So yeah. But then again, Diancie could also, be an annoying wall breaker, so pretty much very assured that Diancie makes an appearance, but I thought it would make an appearance, but it didn't. So going on to this game, this team is very kind of what I expected. Between everything except for Tauros and Keldeo, I thought he wouldn't bring either or. He would bring one over maybe Diancie, but he brought both. So and already I'm okay, is this sheer force? Tauros seems likely. Fire's obviously Violet, maybe with rocks. Hoopa, I don't know what Hoopa set is. I kind of have to scout it out. So, Keldeo is his potential Z-move mon, and I gotta watch out for that. Rotom could be very defensive, same with Tangrowth. So, in terms of leads, I felt you know what? Oh, for one last thing. So, all right, regarding my own lead, my own team, I had Spadef, Hippo, I think mixed defensive Aromatisse. I brought a very interesting Char-X set with Dragon Dance, but instead of a coverage option, and I had Flare Blitz. I also had Wisp, just to burn the Gligar, burn the Hippo, not Hippo, but the Hippo, and to burn the Tauros, burn his physical attackers, even Diancie if it had Diamond Storm. So just to help back me out in that regard. So yeah, I brought a special defensive Zapdos, which is just for defog purposes. Again, I only brought it for Vivillon because that mon kind of scared me, given the team makeup I had. Then I brought Tangela, which is another very passive mon, with knockoff, Toxic, Leech Seed, and Giga Drain. Not much else, but it's just mainly just to chip down his team. It's very nice versus with the combination Tangela, Mew, Zapdos, and Aromatisse. Very nice versus Keldeo, and of course Mew is running a very interesting set, which I think you guys will. Well, I'll let you guys figure that out. So here we lead with Charex because I felt like, you know what, I want to get my Mega immediately as he goes into Hoopa, so pretty reasonable for him because I have a bunch of walls. But I decided, you know what, I can't risk him being set. I can't like have him like, you know, attacking my whole team as one. So I know I'm gonna force him out regardless, and Sputtervitz will ensure that I'm able to kill it, unless he's very defensive for Hoopa. So, but he's definitely defensive on this Rotom because that does nothing. He is leftover, so it implies that he's defensive. Maybe Fizz for Charex because his team doesn't really have like immediate answers to it. Like if Charex can like set up a couple Dragon Dances, I pretty much sweep. But also, if he can also paralyze me or status me in any way, then that's his way of neutering me. So here I decide, you know what, I'm going to go into Hungry, the Hippo, as he goes for Thunder Wave. Pretty much a good call on my end, so really good turns for going forward. So here I decide, you know what, I'm gonna get him in rocks because I want to get chip damage. But he makes a good play and goes to Hoopa. I did have a Body Slam and Earthquake. Now, I had a Ice Fang, but I realized, you know what, I wasn't gonna hit the Gligar or the Rotom anyway, so I decided, you know what, Body Slam will be nice just to paralyze stuff on the switch-ins if I get it. I do have Earthquake as usual, and I did bring Sand because I kind of want to get chip damage. Yes, I know I'm gonna get chip on my own opponents, but it's just a little bit, so I stay in because I kind of want to check what he is, and it does so much because Psychic does so much damage, and I'm like, alright, this is Specs. This is Specs Hoopa, and I just kind of wanted to confirm the damage, and he just gets me. He allows me to get damage on his Hoopa, so I'm like, alright, we're in for a good treat. So, being able to get good chip onto Hoopa to where like, but especially with Sand, and like, you know what, we're Gucci. So, like he's at 27% now. So yeah, here we go to Blue 4, our new recruit here. Blue 4 is actually I got Blue 4 via trade for I believe Manaphy, as well as trading Mesprit for I believe Mew and Typhno. So I think it was like the week before that, because we had like a very long break week as well. So, and during that time I got Mew and Typhno, as well as I think Jellicent for like my last transactions. In case you guys didn't notice. So yeah, I was able to get them off trades. So Mew is here, so helping out. So and this thing is pretty much, this Hoopa is still dangerous. So I'm decided, you know what, I'm gonna recover off the damage. He's at 21% and taking rocks of damage as well, so that's fine. That's really fine. So here I'm gonna go for Soft Boil because I obviously want to get healthy. So Sand's gonna go away, but it kind of did its job, like wearing down the Hoopa. Now it's at like 20, like it would have been at around 40 something%. Now it's at around like 30 something%. Now it's like upon rocks it'll be at 12%, which is amazing. So that way any one of my attacks from any Pokemon will just knock it out. So this is going in my favor. So here I decide to reveal Calm Mindset. So you're probably expecting this is just a regular Calm Mind Mew. So here I go for Psychic, as he goes for Knockoff, and I reveal the Weakness Policy. So the reason why I brought Weakness Policy was because of this moment, because I felt like between U-Turn, potential Hidden Power Bug or Ghost, and also Hoopa, like I felt that if I can get Mew in a situation where he could set up on lines and then he could just go for a random knockoff, then I can pretty much set up to like immediately to plus, let's say a Calm Mind plus, at this point it's like what, +3, so I could have also went for the Psychic, but I wanted to get damage on Rotom because I did not want, I was at 78%, so I didn't want Rotom to like kind of switch in against me and like get a, like, you know, a Thunder Wave, because obviously if Blue or Mew here doesn't want to get D-Waved at all, I'll get outsped by Hoopa. So That's why I went for Psychic over Calm Minding again. So I just wanted him to like. At this point, I could definitely kill full Rotom on the switch in, so I'm not worried about this. So Tangrowth. Honestly, this turn, a few turns into this, I feel like I should have just kept Calm Minding because I just go for Psychic. I do get lucky, get a Spadef drop, but I don't think that matters because now, like it's on him whether or not he wants to switch out. So here I go for Soft Boil. I want to see what he's gonna go for. So, and at this point, it's pretty much like, again, I could have just kept going for Calm Minds here, but I want to keep getting healthy and just want to ensure that he doesn't get a free switch in. So he is gonna get one, but like I don't want him to like get a free switch in on us on a time where I'm setting up. You get me? Or roosting as well. So I keep using the word roost when for recovery. So yeah. So I could have been like. Point is, I could have been a lot. I could have set up a lot, much more than what I am right now. Probably even sweeped, but I felt like, you know what, I want to ensure that Rotom doesn't get a free switch in or any of his mons. So at this point, like, when they try to like, toxic me or whatever. So Tanger could have just done something else, but I was kind of impatient in a way. So yeah. Now we have Herbert the Tauros, and I think at this point it's pretty much a sack. He's trying to like sack it for Keldeo. So I see what he was trying to do. So he goes for Body Slam here, does a lot of damage, and I do check at his Life Orb. So I'm able to get rid of Herbert. So I got rid of Tangrowth and Herbert, like or the Tauros. So which helps out like the long term because now Hippo and Tangrowth are like, and even Zapdos and Rotom-H are free in this game. So now, here's the moment of truth. This Keldeo. I pretty much knock it out, no matter what with Psychic. Since he doesn't have a Sash, and even with a Pablo Berry, he just dies. I could have actually, honestly, what I could have done here was go for Roost, but I felt like Keldeo was much more of a threat to my team, that I just, you know what, I'm just gonna Psychic. Like, I felt like he was gonna go for a quick Z Water, like Z Scald or Hydro if he had it. I didn't know if he had Hydro, but like, I felt like he would have to run Scald, so just to burn my team. So, but I was like pretty much at this point, I was like gonna commit to Mew. So, he goes for Hydro Pump, and I live on 1 HP, and I do go for the Psychic. I do get rid of this Keldeo. Now, this was actually a 50-50 chance that he actually knocked me out. Or you could say that the chance was a little bit more in my favor since he could also miss as well. So if Keldeo had missed Hydro Pump, or if I won the other 50% roll, then I pretty much ensured that me would have been alive. So it was pretty much in my favor to like kill this Keldeo. So yeah, like even if you factor in a crit chance in his favor, like it's still a 20% chance for him to connect. So and he has to like get another 50% chance to get the damage roll. So at this point the game's over. As I have too many resources to where like Charex, Zapdos, Tangela, and Hippo can just do their thing, and just even Rotom-H can do their thing and sweep. So, I honestly I should have just went for the what do you call it, the Roost or Soft Boil, because I kept doing it the whole game. I didn't want to extend the game as much as I wanted to, so if I did, I probably would have 6-0'd right here. But to be honest, I could have just 6-0'd, but again, he lives on 1 HP. That was really funny. But he's gonna die to like rocks if he doesn't get defog immediately. So goes to Randy, and so the Rotom-H. So he's gonna get some recovery, and I go with the Charizard. So at this point, I'm just gonna play the game as normal because like at this point there's not much he could do. He could just paralyze me, try to get Hoopa, try to get as many kills as he can. As I do get paralyzed here, I wanted to go for Flare Blitz, but I couldn't. Here I thought he was gonna go into Hoopa, but I just go for Roost just to get myself healthier. He does go to Hoopa now, but thankfully the fact that I do have a Sandstream on Hippo is gonna help me a lot because now I have a way to kill this Hoopa without having like, you know, to stack mons. Yes, I am in a way, but I do go for Discharge just to get damage on potential Rotom. But with the Sandstream, we're able to ensure that Rotom, like our Hoopa, is gonna die within that turn, unless he had like rest for some reason. So at this point, the game's over. Like, there's no way he could touch me, but the irony is that there's no way I could touch him. So if he had Toxic me, if he had Toxic or something like that, he probably would have came back. But again, like him having Thunder Wave over, well then again, it really comes down to like a lot of factors. Because if he did have Toxic, then I would have had to resort to stalling him out with the combination of Romatese, Charax, Zapdos, and it's very feasible for me to do this. So I go to the Spaghetti. Very dead meme. That's a very dead meme, guys. I wanted to see if he had Overheat, and I just landed my Toxic, so at this point the game is over. So I could have stayed in, but then I realized, you know what, he could just get me on the switch. So, but you know, I could have just I wanted to see how Tangrowth just took the hit. So, and of course the game, like, he's weak himself, so like on top of that he's Toxic, so there's no way he wins. Like I could just infinitely switch in and out, and like he'll just get stalled out between Zapdos and Rx. So we do take a 4-0 win. It could have been a 6-0, but I'll take this one. So as we beat Ralker, so it would have been like a very interesting game had like the Mew got killed off via the Keldeo, because I wasn't so sure if he was Z-move. I know that he wasn't like modest. He wasn't modest at all. So he said that he was timid, but I forgot whether he was Scarf or even like what do you call it, like Z-move. So with the fact that he had like Hydro Pump, I'm very surprised he didn't use it on the Mew. But then again, like, given the fact it was very low on HP, I would have kind of considered that. So yeah. But yeah, like so I think our strategy with View, yeah, it was a little bit of cheese. I did cheese him in a way, because there's no way you would expect weakness policy Mew. But at the same time, it felt like a good bring, because, you know, like once I got everything weakened, like I felt that mid to late game, like Mew could just do its thing. And I felt like, given his team structure, the fact that he did not have like Mega Diancie made it a lot easier for me to sweep. So yeah, so that's what happened. So I in effect could have 6-0'd him with Mew if I had decided to Calm Mind a little bit earlier, like, or not like more, like to like +2 or even +3. But then I'd risk one, the crit factor, do him going for any other move, like let's say Sludge Bomb and poisoning me, and also him also switching into another Pokemon for free on the switch on an expected, like let's say a Roost, or I mean I keep saying like on a recovery turn, basically, like, you know, like we could have won like on that end. So like, but I think it was better that like we win this way. It's like obviously also the crit chance as well, so with Tauros could have been a factor. So yeah. So anyways, that's the game. So we win 4-0, and games to Ralker. It wasn't very hacks at all this game. So towards the end it was, but you know, like I already had like enough resources to win. So alright, so at this point in the season we are 9-1. As we are now going to be facing off against, I believe, Reiki, who is going to be a very strong opponent, especially for the second to last battle. And very, he's I think #1 in his own division, so it'll be interesting to see how we'll prep for him, as well as like our last opponent. So Both of them are out of division games, so we'll see what happens. To recap, I did get like 3 new transactions. The Ultra are my final ones. So, yeah, with the Mew, Jellicent, and the Type Nil. So, I want to see how they work together. See how they like form. If you guys know from like CIL, this is pretty much the same team that I built. So, um, almost, but probably similar. But well, I guess I said a bit much. So, I guess that's about it. I have to say. So, the game, I did in a way I did cheese them a bit, but I felt that weakness policy meal would be fun and heat. So, yeah. So we're gonna end the video. So games to Raker, and we are gonna be signing out. So, peace.